Hello. It's dark in my kitchen right now. Maybe it's my lighting's messed up because when I put natural light in with it. The old natural light. Hey Kathy, how are you? Hi Diane. Hello Carolyn. How are you guys? Hello Melinda. Hello Gracie. Oh Grace, I'm having so much fun with this, I have to tell you. So those of you guys that don't know, I'm flying out for Melissa Grace's wedding in Colorado in, April, excuse me. And I have been making plans for a bachelorette party, and it is super, super fun. So congratulations to Melissa and Ashley for tying the knot. Hello, Laura. Hey, Lori. How are you? Hi, Angela. I'm not selling today, you guys. I want to talk a little bit about my cruise. I wanted to talk about some things that I was discussing with other consultants while I was there because I learned a lot of lessons, right? Hello, hello. Hi, Connie. Hello, Angela. What's up? My trip was fabulous. Michael did really well on the trip. We always wonder because when we fly, that takes a lot out of him. And so he actually, for being back and being semi-conscious right now, that's like, God's with us, right? Hello, Laura. Hi, Misty. Hello, Mandy. I got sick on the ship, and it was a little bit awkward for me. So you guys know I'm a recovering alcoholic of 13 years, almost 13. And when I was on the ship, so I was getting like really not great because it was like that drunk feeling, like you're topsy-turvy, topsy-turvy. Hello, Tina. Hey, Daisy. Hi, Jana. And so I was uncomfortable because I had to get used to that because that was a feeling I had not felt in a really long time. And then when I came home, I had an upper respiratory and I'm having ear issues with hearing. Hello, Mary. Hi, Lori. So I'm not selling today, you guys. I have an all vintage live. It's going to be Sunday at 4 p.m. I do have the items that I'm wearing always available to you guys. So that's, if you would like that's actually 2 hair clips. One is up here. This is sold 101, sold 102. And then this is a Valentine's piece from last year that's sold 103. Hello, Teresa. But my vintage live is going to be Sunday. It's going to be a blowout, you guys. Here's a couple pieces I'll show you before I get into this. Right now, I want to talk about some things that I learned on my cruise ship. And I think some things that people should know as consultants. So it's more of an uplifting motivational thing today, not as much as of a training. However, these are real good tools to have. And so the one thing that I realized are that, hello, Teresa. Hello, Cassandra. Hello, JT. Hello, Tina. So I learned some things, right? And so I was discussing with a lot of consultants, different aspects of their team and what problems were, and you know, because a lot of the people that I'm friends with now at this point have very large teams. And so what I really found was the root of all problems is negativity. It's an evil vortex, right? And so, hi Veronica, hello Elizabeth, hey JD, hi Jody. Aw, thank you. Hello Liana. I have discovered that a lot of what is wrong is negativity. And what you guys don't understand is that when you guys, even if you're like, oh, well, I'm a really positive person, I would never get involved in that. What I have found is that if you are listening to negative people at all, it's affecting you whether you realize it or not. And so I think the largest thing is that people become negative because they don't want to put in the work to something, right? I can tell you in my own personal life, because I can relate to you, that the big thing that I had an issue with was Michael when we found out his diagnosis, right? And I'm not going to tell you that I was so happy and nothing was going to shake me, but I lived in this negative bubble. And every day of my life was affected with this negative thought in the back of my head. Now, we continued on with life, but I had this flip over in my mind. And when I did, it was like seeing the positive, right? I had met the love of my life. So many people don't get to do that. And I had also, you know, had all these years with him. And I also get to say goodbye to my husband. And that are things that people take for granted. And I think that a lot of what we do in life, we take for granted. And we feel that we are owed more, right? We think that somebody should train us more. And we think somebody should give us more. And we think somebody should do this for us more. And I want to tell you that life is only what you make of it. That you are the center of your own universe. That when you are listening to these negative people, I see it consistently, that they're constantly sending screenshots of people and going, can you believe that they did this? Like, if you have time to do that and you aren't where you want to be in your business, I can tell you that that's why. And if you have time to look at those messages and you have time to engage in that type of thing, it is bringing you and your business down and your performance rate, right? I know that I have to run on all cylinders. And I know that if I'm listening to, you know, and I get people tell me this all the time, you know, somebody said this and this, and somebody said this and this and that about you. And, you know, this person's talking and they'll say, you know, don't you want to know what they said? No, don't want to know. If you do not focus on you, and this is a business, and you are not constantly looking for ways to better yourself, you're not going to do it. And so the real key to this is that your success relies on you. It is awesome to have a great upline. It is awesome if somebody gives incentives and gives you things. It's awesome if somebody will share a customer base with you, your friend, your upline. But in the end, your success is gauged on you. And when somebody is spreading around negativity, hello, Ruthie. Oh, thank you so much. Hi, Amabel. I love your name. Hello, Melissa. So when you are sitting here and you are focusing on all of this negativity, and then you start psychoanalyzing, whether you realize it or not, oh man, she thinks that, you know, now I'm wondering if any of my videos have that, or I'm wondering, and you have to do you, right? If I go and I watch another consultant, it is not to basically critique them. It is not to analyze. It is to learn for myself. And I do it all the time. I watch other videos, not only if it's my team. If I'm up late at night, I'll go check out somebody that is like, you know, a power seller, or I'll check out somebody new starting out. And I learn new things. I learn different ways to handle things. Like, I learned different approaches to attract customer bases. I learned things not to do. Like, maybe they said some word and it stuck in my head that it turned me off. Now, I'm not messaging my friends. I'm thinking in my head, okay, note to self. I don't want to use that word because I know that it was a negative impact on me. And so what I'm telling you guys is, in this business, you need to really put the focus on you. Don't think I'm not getting the training, because I hear it all the time, and I understand. Like, I try to help my downline as much as possible. But when somebody gets stuck in the vortex, right? And that's what I call it. It's the vortex, right? This vortex of negativity. Awesome, Cassandra. Have a good day at work. Then what happens is they start messaging. They start little message groups. They get 4 or 5 people in it. And then there's constant interaction going on all day. Like, I could be interacting with my customers, with the customers that have become my friends or family through this. And it is taking away from my business, okay? And usually what happens is the person that they are talking negative about, usually it is that they're jealous, right? And I'm not trying to say like, oh, you know, da-da-da-da-da. But if you notice, usually the person that they're talking about is the person who's getting more viewers. Hi, Joseph. Or they're talking about the person who is selling like a powerhouse, whether it be in ISOs, and then they're going to break apart how they're doing it. Yeah, no wonder. I mean, she's giving away the farm. That's not how to do it. And if you pay attention to Paparazzi, it's actually against compliance to do so. It's against compliance to speak about anybody with a negative tone, or anything involving paparazzi. I see negative posts put on business pages, and I see dirty laundry aired all the time. And you know what I do is I remove them as my friends. team member or not, like I can only tell you that positivity is going to be the key to anything that you're going to do that's going to be successful. And had I gotten Michael's diagnosis, and mind you that I had to leave my job, it was a very scary place to be. Our bills were over my head. You know, I was the only person that could drive our children. And had I taken and absorbed that, I would not be where I am. I wouldn't have the income that has been able to comfort and take care of it all. And what I'm saying is that you need to go out and you need to focus, right? I'm going to tell you that this jewelry is fabulous jewelry, okay? And that was what I saw. I saw the big picture. I had so many people saying, oh, it's $5 jewelry. It's, you know, what are you doing, my mom? You've worked in law firms. Go to the law firm. Well, I've got to be home. I couldn't go to a law firm. And what I did see is that I have a fabulous $5 product that is a great value, of good quality, and it can be sold to anybody. And so even though I had all that negativity coming in, I kept a look at the big picture that, yeah, I'd only had 6 viewers. Yes, I only had this. You know, and they were my friends and family that I begged to come just to share my show out. And I had, hello, Stephanie. Hi, Minnie. Hey, B. Hi, Lisa. Hello, Tracy. I had only 6 viewers, but I had to look at the bigger picture because whether I had 6 viewers or not, I had this awesome $5 product. And I knew in my mind, because I thought this out before I joined, you know, somebody told me that I was going to go sell XYZ product or this product. I would have laughed at them. I would have said, yeah, right. Somebody told me that my husband and I would be selling $5 jewelry when we got married. I would have laughed in their face. But I have to tell you, we have an awesome product. I have to tell you that I sucked doing this at first. I was not good. I could not get viewers. I couldn't do this. Hi, Cheryl. And I can tell you that in the back of my mind, did I want to accept failure and did I want to accept the negativity that was coming at me? I did. And the fact is had I done that, I would have failed. Don't fail because of somebody else. Don't fail because of the messages that you're getting. Don't fail because of the pictures that they're sending you. Look at the bigger picture. You have a $5 awesome product. In a bad economy, you are going to kill it. Okay? I'm telling you, we're in a good economy, but you guys know it goes in trends, right? We're going to go up and up and up and up for some time, and then boom, we'll fall, right? And if I was selling another product, and I'm going to tell you, I don't know of another product that's affordable like this that you can sell, right? You know, there's those people that go to those, like, you know, I won't say the websites, but they go there and they get this, you know, dirt cheap jewelry for 29 cents. I'm sorry, there's no quality involved. And you can see, obviously, when people say, is this paparazzi? I can tell in 5 seconds because the quality is off when they send it to me. And so what I want to say is that you guys have the ability to make this into your business, but you always have to look at the bigger picture. You have to understand. And most of what I had heard along the way all boiled down to one thing, the drama llama, right? One drama llama affects the whole tribe. And what I am telling you is that that's not worth it. If you really are in this and you are willing to work, and let me tell you, people say, well, you know, look at how far you are and I don't understand how you did it so quickly. Or the worst one I hear is, it was luck. And I'm going to tell you, hello, Jana. There was nothing lucky about what I have done. I made a lot of mistakes. I fell down so many times. Did I want to throw in the towel and did I want to listen to the negativity at times? Yes, but that was because it was a weak moment and I was feeling sorry for myself, okay? But the reason why I was able to do what I've been able to do in such a short amount of time, and I sucked for 3 months, my first 3 months doing this, I had 6 viewers. I couldn't grow. I couldn't move past go. And I was doing all of these events. I was doing home parties, and that was where I was selling the bulk of my jewelry, not on my 6-person live. And when I was doing that, I will tell you that, you know, it's a slow growth that way, right? Because you're only going out of a certain mile radius versus being on Facebook and making it happen here. on your lives, because you can grow a lot quicker, because you can get out further and faster. And so people always measure my success and they want to measure theirs. And they're like, but I don't understand. I've been doing this 3 months. I'm doing everything you told me to do. But I worked my business for 18 hours a day when I started, because that's how bad I wanted this. I didn't listen to the negative chats and feeds that were happening. I know that people talk about me. They can talk, okay? If I got sucked into that vortex, then I would not be able to manage my household. I would not be able to manage my business, and it would thwart my growth. You know, Jody, I don't want to say directly, but what I tell you is that if somebody, and it's different if it's your downline, but if somebody, because if somebody does not bring me joy, and we learned this when Michael was sick, we started analyzing, right? So I want you guys to think about life, and I know it's like a hello, Queendom. It is a general life story, right? And every relationship works this way, whether it is husband and wife, whether it is friends, whether it is mother-daughter, whatever your relationship is. Every relationship that you have in life is give and take, okay? So that means that, you know what? Maybe I'm down on my luck. I'm down on my luck for 2 months. So I might need something from you. And I may need this or for that, right? But I'm going to tell you, in a few months, then I should be giving, right? Relationships are give and take. And that's the way a good relationship is. Nobody gives 100% at each time, because there's always different needs and wants, right? But what we've learned with Michael's illness is that there are people that are just takers, right? They take your energy, they take your time, they get on the phone, they only want to talk about them. They come over and they want you to wait on them hand and foot. And it's like, oh, my husband's sick. You want to come over just to visit with him. And so relationships are all about give and take. And I can tell you the thing that we did, because it was necessary to not go into the vortex, was that we cut out the people that were all takers. And we really didn't have the analytics to see it until Michael was sick, right? Because I needed a lot of help. We had 4 kids. I was managing 2 incomes. Michael was in and out of the hospital for 2 years. That means that in order to see my husband, but yet I had to get the kids from school, I had to do homework. I had to make food for them. I had to pack lunches. I had to get all of these things done. And Michael was in the hospital. And so the funny thing is people think, oh, well, Michael's dying. Now he's taking. Michael gives consistently. And every relationship should be that. And we constantly have to remember that relationships are give and take. And now that I've said that, I want you to think about your friends or family, right? And when you're on the phone, you're like, geez, they never let me get a word in. They never ask me how I'm doing. I've been over their house like 12 times. I've helped them move. I've watched their kids. I've picked them up from school. And I need one thing, help me set up my Christmas tree. Because I want to give my kids Christmas and I just don't have the time to do it. Well, thank you, Marcus. And what I want to say is you have to take that and analyze that. If there is no benefit, right, from being in your team group or in the friend setting that you are in, if your friend is not doing the work and is analyzing other people and tearing them down, anybody that has negativity to say about a consultant and what they're doing to me tells me that you're not working your business. Anybody that says to me, well, aren't you going to report them to compliance? No, I'm too busy working my business. We have to analyze relationships, and it's part of business, right? Everybody says. So in reality, I was going to school to be an attorney. I ended up having Jack, and that thwarted me going to law school. I was given a scholarship for 25%, and after I took the LSAT, I could have gotten up to 100% of my scholarship covered. And we have to analyze, right? And so I think back and I think about if I had become a lawyer. And when I think about that, you wine and dine, right? You're constantly like You have to put on that smile. You have to put on this, and you have to get down to business, okay? And what I'm telling you is that you need to wine and dine. You need, right, to not wine and dine those people that are going to pull you into the vortex. You need to go down and get down to business, right? Enough is enough. And if you guys have been sucked into the vortex, this is your wake-up call, right? This is like, boom. Because I see so many people that have potential. I see their numbers growing. I see them selling. I see them buying more jewelry. And then that negative person puts them into a group messaging system and just starts railing down this. The best one I see is when somebody does it to somebody who's giving them sales. So they have, you know, a consultant group, right? And a consultant is their friend, but, you know, like casually, and says, you know, I really have somebody that needs this amount of stuff, and da-da-da-da-da. And then I see them tell me or say, you know, geez, you know, I can't even believe that. Like, that person just gave you sales. Or the other one is they come on and they share their shows, because when I was learning about how to do this, you know, I didn't have money to purchase. Like, I was strapped, right? And so there's someone, her name's Julia William, and I have still gone on her shows and shared her out, because I used to tell her, I was on her show and I said, I had messaged her prior because I saw that she had a YouTube channel like I do. And I messaged her and I said, you know, Julia, I said, at the time, I didn't even know who my upline was. I said, Julia, I said, I would just like to watch you to learn. Is that okay? And can you give me any pointers on this or that? And Julia was really nice and took the time out of her day. And so I'd go on her lives and I'd say, hey, Julia, I'm here. I shared you out, you know, because I felt like that is something to give back. And that is what you need to do, because I was taking, right, relationships, give and take. This woman took the time out of her life to answer my message. She is an elite leader. She has a large customer base, and she was a stellar woman and did that for me. And here I was learning from her, and I felt that I should do that, right? And so sometimes what you need to look at, and some people think, you know, my upline is this and my upline is that. Maybe it's not your upline. Maybe it's you. And sometimes that's a hard look in the mirror to face. So I hear people and they say, is there a lot of drama? Only if you let there to be. I do not involve myself, right? And I don't want to listen to what people have to say about me. It's nice to know who your friends are and who they aren't, and I can leave it at that. Who's talking about me? Okay, thanks. Well, don't you want to know? Nope, don't want to know. And I leave it at that. And I maintain my relationship with that person, right? And I read it for what it is, because I have a business to run. And it's nice to know who your friends are and who they aren't. And you have a business to run. And if you want to run your business in a successful manner, you need to do you. You don't need to sit there and analyze this person. And I laugh because I look at people and they're sitting on somebody's show for 3 or 4 hours, right? Learning. And they'll get off and critique them. You just wasted your time. Why are you doing that? And so we are coming to the end of what Paparazzi, the best incentive all year, right? The best incentive all year. They have 3 kit sizes. They have a large kit. Right now they're giving 50 free pieces. It ends Friday, okay? It'll be a whole year. This is in history. Every January is the best offering that I see. They never give out 50 pieces, which is $250 with a large kit, right? And that would give you 250 pieces. And I always tell everybody, because people say, well, how did you grow so fast? And I hear people tell me all the time, well, I don't have the money to invest in inventory. Or, you know, I had to pay a medical bill. My suggestion is that you take and you purchase a large kit. My suggestion is until that you grow your inventory, you consider that your business startup. And you keep reinvesting, okay? I cannot tell you that a big portion is not only the work that I put into it to grow, but also the fact that I used it as a business. And yes, I needed the money. I needed to pay my mortgage. I needed to pay for the kids' private school. I needed to pay my car payment, okay? But I can tell you that I know that with a business, that the best opportunity and best chance that you have is to attract the largest market. And to attract the largest market in paparazzi, you have to have a large inventory. Meaning when somebody says, do you have any yellow crackle stone? I can't show them one necklace and one ring. And, you know, variety is key. And if you are not working to achieve that, and if you are not going and buying multiples of the best piece, you're missing out on your business. Because the first lesson I learned is, why sell one when I could sell 12? Because I would see the hottest earrings, right? And I would think, okay, I'm gonna buy 3. I was just starting out. And so I'd go and I'd buy 3. Then I'd hold it up on my live and I'd have 12 different claims for it. Like, you know, meaning like, I want this times 2. And I want that times 3. My sisters would love that. And I'd be like, dang, I could have sold, you know, 12 pieces in the time that I just sold 2. What am I doing? And that's why I'm saying it's important for you guys to realize and to have that. And sometimes, you know, we get caught up and we're all about selling the jewelry and we're not looking at the back end of things. And so I want to tell you that there's a lot of good things that can help you with your business, and you have to look at the bottom line, right? We make a 45% profit margin. So we purchase at $275. We make a $2.25 profit on each $5 piece of jewelry that we sell. However, there are common fumbles that I see that are hurting your bottom line and are not giving you guys the ample opportunity to grow as fast as you could. And you need to look at that. So people say to me, well, you ship in a box. Why do you ship in a box? Because the cheap is expensive. Yes, I pay more money for each box, but I can tell you, we shipped out, I think it was 14,000 packages last year or more. And in that time period, I did not lose one package. Not one package lost. When you have an envelope, not only does your jewelry have the possibility of getting broken, correct? You know, and then you're out more money because now you have that $5 that you're out. Now you're sending them another $5 piece with more shipping on top of it. And so, you know, yeah, I pay 8 cents more on average per order that I send out. However, my customers are happier. My packages don't get lost. My jewelry does not arrive broken. And so overall, how much is that 8 cents that I'm spending save me per order? And I think that a lot of people that get involved in this have never owned or operated their own business, have never been a manager of their own business. And so when I tell you guys how, you know, be careful, make sure you sign up under somebody who is operating this as a business and not a hobby. Because if that's your goal to turn this into a business, they need to give you these types of guidelines and helpful hints. Yeah, right, Missy? So I want to make sure that I am helping you guys by telling you guys little things that you guys should be careful of. You know, I see people and they use those little organza bags and they're putting their jewelry in it. Okay, those are like 8 cents a piece too. So my 8 cents that I saved on the box and shipping in the original paparazzi packaging, you know, you have to think of all those people that are sending these organza bags. I don't mail those big cuffs. Or how about a Z collection necklace being mailed in an envelope? You know, they are larger, more ornate, beautiful pieces, right? Our Z collection, I have one named after me if you guys are just here with me for the first time. And I can tell you, I look at it and even when it's in a box, I wrap it in bubble wrapping, right? I assure that each link, okay, with each necklace is tightened. So people will say, well, it must be a quality issue. So I'm going to show you my necklace, right? This is the necklace that is named after me. This is the Marissa. It was designed and named after me. And I actually won this competition in 2018. I can't talk about where to purchase supplies from here, Jana. You're welcome to message me. Jana's on my team, and that's why I say that. So listen, when you mail a necklace like this, I want you to pay attention to the linkage, right? People say, well, I've had consultants say, well, your necklace is broken several times. No, it's not because of a quality issue. It's because of when it's mailed. Look at this. These are linked together and they're constantly friction because it's moving, right? It's being carried, it's this and that. And so because it's in a tight package and these are moving together, the jump rings can come loose. And so that's why when I ship my necklace, thank you, Beverly, I go ahead and I tighten each link, I bubble wrap it, okay, and I put it into a box. Because if it's bubble wrapped, it's ensuring that these aren't going. It has nothing to do with the quality. It's like science, okay? Like if you have those tight links and they're a larger piece and they're so tight together and then they're pushed into a packaging and they're shaking going like this, yeah, the link is gonna come loose. And so you have to look at these things and analyze the different types of things that can help you and assist you in your business. I don't just ship out a package. Have I had, and I've never, trust me, from the very beginning, and that's because of my background of the side things that I did. Exactly. And I want you guys to look at these things because that's what's important to running your business. You need to look at things from a business sense. You know, I can't tell you, like, I don't care that they're your customer for however long. And like I said, this is about developing relationships. And like I said, if you're listening to the drama llama and if you're listening to the negativity, because really this is the negativity and this, that's based off they don't want to work their business. It is because if you look at it, that consultant's never done anything wrong. And technically, most likely that consultant's helped them. And that consultant's done this or that, but they're too lazy to work their business, and that is why they're tearing it down. And if you are stuck in this, you're not thinking about shipping and how to do this, and you're not developing the customer relationships that you need to have a successful business. So people will say to me, and new consultants, I highly recommend, and you'll hear, I don't know any upline that doesn't say it, consistency is key. So I want to tell you, consistency is key when you start out. And what'll happen is, you know, somebody who just starts this business will decide to go on vacation. And so they've been doing this 3 months, they've gotten themselves a good audience, and they go on vacation and they're gone for 2 weeks. Then they come home and they're sick like I was when I was sick, and they go live. And they start back out and they have 3 viewers. Before they left, they had 15, right? Because you haven't developed relationships with your customer. And when you stop and restart, it is almost as bad as it's worse. It's harder to get back up off the ground than when you first start out as a consultant. And that's why each one of us have said, you know, you got to go live. And people have said to me, you know, you were off for like 2 months because of my husband's health, I have to take time off. I'm the sole caregiver. I'm the sole driver. I'm the sole house taking care of her. I do this business completely on my own. I have just now had a friend that assists me. And that's only been in the last 2 months. But I have shipped all that package by myself. I check every piece of jewelry before I send it out because this is a business. I don't want somebody who's brand new shopping from me to receive a broken piece of jewelry because I was too lazy to check it and them to assume that that's the quality of Paparazzi, because it isn't. So you have to imagine I came back and I had 119 viewers and somebody said, well, how did you do that? And I said, because they're my tribe. And they said, what do you mean? And I said, I have relationships. They are my friends. They are my, you know, yes, initially they start off as your customer the first time they purchase, but you should get to know your customer base, right? You should be talking about things and engaging in things on your live. And people say to me, oh, I just got trivia. I'm going to do trivia. And I'm like, okay, well, to me, and this is like new consultant tips, if you're going to do trivia, that tells the customer nothing about you. If you're going to do Blingo, I know that you think that that's awesome and fun and they love it, but that you're not sharing about yourself, right? And you're taking away that personal aspect. And this business is a people business. We develop relationships, and that is what we use. I open every single piece and I remove the staple from every necklace, because what customer isn't excited when they get an awesome piece in the mail and go to rip it out of the package and doesn't realize that there's a staple, right? So yes, I do. But I have a tribe. And so, you know, when I don't see a customer for a long time, it makes me worry. I'll like message them and I'll be like, hey, I'm just making sure everything's okay. Like I haven't seen you post on Facebook, or it's never about they weren't at my show, because we all go through times when we're busy, right? But it's always about learning from the people. And now I want to tell you, the things that I tell you are different when it is a downline situation, right? Because this is somebody who's relied on you to help them with their business. And in Paparazzi, I have no duty to make somebody successful, okay? As much as I would love to make every single person successful, if you don't listen, if you don't do the work, it's not gonna help you, okay? And so I have a duty though to make sure that it's being addressed, that I am training on things that I see are a violation of compliance. That is the only sole duty of the person that you're signed up for. So they say, I've got an awful upline. There's no such thing. Like if they've provided you with the rules and regulations to compliance, they are not an awful upline. That is their sole responsibility. And in Paparazzi policies and procedures, if you guys are consultants, if you go into your back office at the top, it'll say resources. If you scroll down, there's a search bar. Just write policies. That will bring up your rules of compliance. It tells you that your success as a consultant is only based on yourself, okay? And I want you to realize that if your upline is offering you anything besides that, they're going above and beyond the duty. So if they have a team group, if they give you training, if they offer incentives, they are going above and beyond. And yet, everybody's still complaining about their upline. You know, hi, Zulin. And so I want you guys to be aware that duties fall only at making sure that you have been provided with policies and procedures. They aren't to help you learn how to go live. They aren't to help you learn how to make customer relationships. And so if anybody is giving you more than that, you shouldn't complain, okay? And there are plenty of resources like my YouTube channel, Marissa's Bling on a Budget.com, that you can always go to and use. You know, I want to make sure that you guys are using the tips and tools that you have. Look at your job as a business, but analyze that you're not just selling jewelry, you're developing relationships. You are learning, right, from those around you, because your success relies on you. And complaining is only going to put you into the vortex. Now, this is what I say about the vortex. The vortex is the end all. It's the end all. You develop the wrong attitude. And you don't even have to be the one complaining or saying. You just have to be the one listening. You develop the wrong attitude. You are taking away from actually thinking about these things. And then you're going to that live to watch. And you're doing this. You know? So, that is the huge problem that lurks within the vortex, okay? You fall into this vortex, and if you think that nobody's done or said anything nasty to me, get used to it. That's gonna be any job that you go to. And this is technically a job, as much as I don't think of it as one. It's a business, but it's a job. I go to work every day, right? I go to work. And so get used to it. People say, wow, that paparazzi, it's just a bunch of drama or that. No, everything is drama. Life is drama. I don't watch the news. It's negativity. If you guys want to live in that vortex, go right ahead. Watch the news. See how many positive things you're going to see. You know, that's just the problem. So with that being said, because I think the biggest problem is the negativity vortex. And I think the biggest problem is you are so focused on somebody else or tearing down somebody that's actually helping you or going above and beyond, and people have this unrealistic I wish I would have signed with you, and you give so much. Anything that they do above compliance, they do not have to have a team group, they do not have to, you know, it is suggested that we talk to you within the first 24 hours of signing up. You're personally, whoever you signed up directly under, like I couldn't call every person, like we've signed a lot of people onto our team this month, but I want you to know that that is what their duties are, okay? And anything that they give above that, and I'm not trying to call anybody out because you may have been somebody on my, you know, that has messaged me, but you signed up for it and you have a business and you should do your research because this is a business. I wouldn't go open a pet store, right? On any corner. I'd have to look at what kind of pet stores there are in the area. I would have to look at the products, the vendors that I was going to use, how the profitability, like what's my commission or off of each item that I'm selling, you know, what's my store rent. It's research. This is a business, okay? And so you need to research before you sign. And you have to see if that person's the proper fit. That person should talk to you on the phone before you sign, and it shouldn't be a 5-minute conversation. And people that have signed with me, they're like, wow, you're so thorough. And I'm like, well, this isn't just about you signing, but you need to know that this is the business for you. Are you going to be able to go live? And so now I just want to talk about a few things. And like I said, if you guys are joining me, I have an all vintage live. I'll show you guys some of the pieces. That is going to be happening Saturday at 4 p.m. If you want to register to pre-shop, you can type register on this program. And then just go to your private messages, click the link, and respond to the message that's been sent to you. And you're all set up to shop for Friday. A lot of it will be ones and dones. But I want to talk just about a few things, okay, that are the biggest hang-ups I see with people that just start this business. And I don't want you, if you guys are just starting, to fall into this loop, right? People put things on hold. And they say, well, when I sell 40 pieces out of this kit, then I am going to go purchase more jewelry. I'm going to tell you that you guys are missing out on pieces that are the best business builders. You shouldn't wait to purchase. You're in a business. So if you are like putting some type of timeline, when I get to 30 viewers, then I am going to go ahead and I'm going to organize my jewelry and I'm going to get this done. Okay, don't put yourself in a time limit. You're not waiting for anything, okay? It's a business. You're going to go every single day as hard as you stinking can if you want to make it successful. The other thing I see, they get their kit, they may open it, they won't go live. You guys, if you had, and some people have the intention of not ever going live, and that's fine. If you plan on doing private parties, it's your whatever you want it to be. So, and I see them buying more jewelry, and I'll message them, and they won't go live. And what I'm saying is that if you guys get your kit, and you're not going live, why? I always say, and this is what I tell people when they sign up. They're like, I'm so nervous about my first live. I was so nervous about my first live. I wanted to vomit, okay? And yes, I talk very openly. This is like you guys visiting with the people and going live. It's like my therapy. I don't get out of my house. My social life is here with you guys. And so I really enjoy it now. But those first few months, I was like, ah. And I can only tell you this. People will say, well, you know, I really need to test out the lighting. Or I thought I would do a practice live. You're just psyching yourself out. Your first live that you do is just to get it over with, okay? It is not about selling jewelry. It is not about making sure your setup is correct. It's like, just get it done. Get it done and get it behind you. As soon as that first live is behind you, it all gets easier, okay? But you need to not listen to other people. Don't go and do a practice live, okay? Because then all you're doing is psychoanalyzing yourself watching that first live. Oh my God, this is awful. This is awful. God, I really stunk. We all make mistakes. You know, I'm going to tell you this, like I am a black diamond rank right now, which means already in Paparazzi, which I've ordered more than this, I've purchased over 40,000 pieces of jewelry this year. And I'm going to tell you, out of 40,000 pieces of jewelry, I would be surprised if I had 100 that were broken. You know, I would be surprised. So I don't ever, and when I hear that, I would look at how your box is coming to you. I would look at FedEx for that, and I would complain to them because there isn't a problem with the quality. And the other issue is, how are you storing your jewelry? Because that's a big thing too, as to how things can be broken. So when you guys are all hung up about not going live, and you're like, oh my God, I just can't do it, I just can't do it, I just can't do it. Do it. And that's what I tell them. They're like, well, you know, I got to really test it out in my kitchen. No, this is what I say. Go to the best lighting in your house. For me, it's my kitchen. People call me the girl in the kitchen, right? Go to the best lighting in your home. Do your live. Do not worry about how much jewelry you're going to sell. It's not for selling. It's to get it done. Okay? Get it behind you. Once you get 4 or 5 under your belt, then go back and start looking at your lighting. Go back and start looking at the system that you have in the backdrop. Then go back and start trying to fix things, right? Right now, like you want to get into the comfort zone of actually doing it. The difference with a live, which I found was difficult, was that it's hard to watch on the screen and you're talking and nobody's talking back to you, right? So it's like getting used to it because you're like, crap, I'm like talking to myself. You want to get accustomed to reading comments. You want to get accustomed to interacting and being able to show. And I'm going to tell you a story that I learned. And this is after I was done with the nervousness, but I want to share it with you because I share it with people that tell me they're afraid to go live. So I remember one day, and my kids always interrupt me when I'm getting ready or doing things. And so I remember one day when I was getting ready and I was putting my makeup on and my kids were like, Mom, where's my baseball socks? Mom, did you pack my lunch? And it was like constant like this and that. So I go live, right? And I'm doing all this jewelry showing. And after my live, I went into my mirror because I was going to go to sleep for that night and I took off my jewelry. So I take off my jewelry and as I'm looking in the mirror, I noticed that only one eye had makeup on it. Not one person said something to me on my live. And I get in the, I'm like, I get up close. People can see. Not one person said something to me on my live. Not, my husband never noticed. And so in my head, I'm like, dude, they don't even look at me. They're just simply looking at the jewelry. Could care less, right? So you guys get all hung up that it's about you. It isn't about you. The talking is about you. What you say, letting them know a little aspect of your life, whether it be, hey, I was at the grocery store today and I saw the funniest thing on the cover and I was like, whoa, is that really happening? Like they're making pigs into monkeys? Like what? What's this world coming to? That is what your part of the live is. It is not here. Of course you want to look presentable. I don't want to watch anybody who it looks like your life sucks, okay? Because typically people that are going to lives and how I found Paparazzi is because my life did suck at that time. My husband was in the hospital. And so I didn't want to watch somebody that was all depressing that was going to make me even more like, I went to somebody who was uplifting and who was positive, not the Vortex, right? And so I want to say that. So number one, that's the first thing is about just do it. Do it. Why are you holding yourself back? You're like a collector of jewelry. Did you join to have boxes of jewelry sitting around your house? Because I'm going to tell you, I'm a big person and I have a lot of jewelry, but I sell a lot of jewelry. Okay, so yeah, jewelry takes up a whole floor in my house, but I have to have it to sell it. And that's the other thing. The mistake that I see consultants make is I'll message them and I'll be talking to them and I'll be like, so how's it going? You just started and da-da-da-da-da. They'll be like, I almost sold my whole kit, but you haven't bought any more jewelry. What are you waiting for? You guys, every day there is a banging piece that comes out, and I mean banging. And that piece is your key to bringing new business. The other mistake that I see people make when they start out, right? So they're so excited. Yes, I got that piece. Yes. They bought 6 of them, right? I look in the back office and I'm looking and they're making orders of 6 pieces. They just paid to go to work. If you are ordering in less than 10, you are paying to go to a job. I see it all the time. And I'm like, at least, like I never ordered even when I started out in less than 40. Because then I got my free shipping. Because if you order over $100 worth, you get free shipping. And then because it was 40, I got 4 hostess rewards, right? So that was $20 for free. And I keep seeing the 6-piece order. And I'm like, you just paid to go to work. You just ate up your profit because it's $5.95 shipping. At least if you order 10, then you're getting that free hostess reward. Or I see that they order the hot piece. And I mean like the hot piece, right? And they order 4 of them. And then I go to the live that they would have had them. Hi, Jennifer. And when I look at that live, they don't have them on the live. They're like, I sold them in my jewelry group. When I'll say something, I'll be like, well, why did you sell them in your jewelry group? Well, it's the hot piece. I wanted to have my money back right away. Your jewelry group is for your customers that you have already made. Your live, your customers will come to, right? So they still have an opportunity to get that piece. But your live is what is attracting new customers. I don't know anybody who has joined my jewelry group just on the sole factor that they were looking for a paparazzi jewelry group to join. They found me on my live. They have seen my YouTube videos. They have shopped my website. And then they joined my jewelry group, right? So you guys can't take your hot pieces and you're like, but I sold all 10 of them and they're not even here yet. I'm like, yeah, you just lost growth because you want to have those 10 on your live and attract the new people coming in. And if you can sell 10 of them in your jewelry group, and let's say then order 20 and tell them in your jewelry group that, thank you, Misty, that you have, you know, I have more, but I'm going to give them to 10 lucky ladies can claim the pre-order. But when you do pre-order on the hot pieces, you are basically telling them you do not have to attend my live. What I always say about lives is this: the more the merrier, right? Some people will not, you know, like are literally hopping lives to find viewers like that are up in that corner right now. And so when they are doing that, you have taken away the cause for your customer to come. Didn't you just get here, Lisa? And so what I'm saying is, when you are ordering this hot piece and you guys insist on pre-selling it, only pre-sell a few if that's what you feel you need to do. But what I'm telling you is, like the purple heart, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. The pink heart, oh, I know I have one. The pink heart that just came out, or I did. Have you seen my heart? So this heart, right, came out in purple just the other day. And so I see people, and when they are looking at this purple heart, they go and they post it and they're, but I sold 50 pieces. I sold them right away. I'm like, but you just gave your customers no reason to come watch your live. And at the same time, you're telling me I can't raise my viewers, but you're selling all your best pieces prior to even getting them. And you're not giving any reason for people to come watch you. And the other aspect that I see is this. And when you're starting out, it's different, and I understand. You guys have to make choices of how you're going to build your inventory. And so what I see is that people will go ahead and your customers catch on that you only bought 2 of these, okay? And so you're saying, spread the love, get me out there, put me to your friends. And so what happens is that they won't spread the love because they're so worried that that good piece is going to come up and they know you only have 2. You have to think in a business sense, in all aspects of running this. Hey, Tony. And so I want you guys to think about those types of things if you join Paparazzi. I want you guys to, hey, Susan, I want you guys to pay attention to trends, right? And so people say to me, when I call them on the phone, yeah, I don't know about that starlit shimmer. I don't think I'm going to get any of that. You know, I have an older audience. And I'm like, oh, so they have no family? They don't have friends? Like, people get one aspect and they think, well, because I don't want starlit shimmer, because I don't want to buy for any of my bratty nieces, that they think that somebody else doesn't want to buy for their grandkids or nieces. I'm telling you that variety is key. You want to order the men's. You want, and I'll tell you what, I will see, because they are short, because they didn't order it all year and they have just started, right? And so all of a sudden December comes. Well, guess what? Women are looking for presents for their men. And you guys haven't been ordering the leather. You guys haven't been ordering the newer line with the rings. And guess what happens? And then all their customers are asking, don't you have any men's jewelry? Oh, yeah, I'll show it next show. No, they're coming to me and they're going, what do you have? What can I get from you? And they're buying it in bulk when you could have been buying it all year. Right? You get an accumulation, and different things have different trends. My hottest time of year to sell pearls, right? Mother's Day and Easter. Yeah, adults wear them too. You know what? I won't say her name because I don't want to embarrass her. She was here earlier, but she has a smaller wrist. She wears the children's bracelets because that's what fits her. You know, she's a very petite person. And I'm going to tell you, there's different trends. Like people think, well, you know, hearts are just good for Valentine's Day. I sell hearts all year. Hearts is that one classic piece that no matter what the color is, no matter what the style is, it's going to sell all year. Inspirational. Inspirational is an all year piece, right? And you guys have to take this into account. when you guys are going, and I know that uplines do these buying contests, and if you buy this much, I'm going to match this much, and if you go out and you spend this. So when you guys are doing that, I want you to remember too, people always say, well, I didn't get the hot piece. You know what the hottest pieces are in Paparazzi? The blockbusters. Do you know what I've sold the most of? Hands down, the blockbusters. Well, thank you, Lydia. You know, on my live, my selling live will be on Sunday. It'll probably be a dual 4-hour live. And I will have lots of vintage. It's not my normal line. Normally I make sets. But I go really fast on these because I'm going to show about 1,000 different pieces of paparazzis during it. Okay, so Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern time, and anybody who wants to shop can type register, hit enter, and then follow the link to the messages and respond to the message. You're all set up to shop with me Sunday if you'd like to. But I want to say, you guys have to analyze trends, and people do this all the time, right? So as a leader too, if you guys have a team, you should go review your emails and see what has happened through the course of Paparazzi. Give your team a heads up of what's coming. Like, I tell my team, hey, look, the best Paparazzi recruiting special is going to happen in January. Make sure that you're reaching out to the people that you've talked to about signing. Make sure that you guys are putting it into their heads. When you guys are purchasing on the website, I'm going to tell you every holiday, I buy every item that comes out on the website every single day. And if you guys are looking to build this into a business that you stay at home and get to be with your children all the time, which is the one thing that I always felt guilty of as a mom. Every day I think, man, I'm missing out on so much. I wish that I could not have to work, and that's impossible. You know, you need 2 incomes in this day and age. But these were the things that I analyzed, you know. And so I want you guys to remember, I buy every piece every day. And as a business, that's what you should be working yourself into, is purchasing every single day, every piece that comes out. Well, that's ugly. I sell buckets of ugly jewelry, right? You guys see me, you know what I love? I love hearts. I love bling. I love, and not everybody is a heart and bling person. And so you have to make sure that you guys are buying for the masses. If I were only buying the jewelry that I liked, if I didn't want to buy Starlet and I didn't want to buy men's jewelry, I just knocked out a whole line of customers. The best thing about Paparazzi is we have so many different people that we can sell to. Whereas, let's say that you sell a cooking product. If you sell a cooking product, how many people have time to cook? Now you're limiting it to, and usually one of those cooking that they're higher price items, right? So that higher price item, how many times? You guys are cutting yourself out of a whole customer base. You're cutting yourself out of the best reason. The reason why I chose Paparazzi is because I can sell it to everyone. I do not have a limited market. The price is right. The quality is right. How many people in the US do not wear jewelry? And if they don't wear jewelry, they know somebody who does and will buy it for a gift. And that is the best thing that you can do. And the price is as much as a box of cereal in the store. So $25 gets you a whole lot. And if you're buying for kids, that's 25 pieces of kids jewelry. So if you guys are not buying things, then you're saying, I don't need customers. I don't need to grow. I don't need any more. And you're cutting off the best thing about, and the reason why this product and this company is the best, because we hit all ages, all audiences, and there's not one person on this world that I cannot sell a piece of jewelry to. They have somebody in their life, if they do not wear it themselves, that can. And we have a nickel and lead-free, cadmium-free product, okay? This isn't what you buy and you don't know at one of those brand name stores, because you don't know what's in it. They don't say on most of the packaging, nickel and lead free. You don't know if it's okay to give it to your kids. Thank you, Tony. I want to try to help people. Now, the other thing that I see is lack of response. And so, hang on one second, because Michael is in and out because of the trip, taking a lot out of him. My dog needed out. The one thing that I see is everybody's making comparisons, you know. And for instance, I'm not picking on Tina, but if I'm looking at Tina right now, and Tina's on my team, so I can kind of pick on Tina. And she knows this isn't like true life or anything here, okay? Like I'm being facetious or making an example that is fictitious. So Tina, I'm launching Tina's live and I'm going, man, she started at the same time as me. Tina's got 30 viewers and I only have 6. I must really suck at this, right? And I want to tell you, you're sitting there comparing apples to oranges, but why don't you just message Tina and go, what's the biggest tip you could give me? What do you think is the best thing? You know, I know that most people are happy to answer you. And it's never about what that person has that you don't. It's what they're doing that you're not. And Tina is probably somebody that's really focused on her business. And Tina, is not in the vortex, right? And that's what's really important. This is what happens when you marry a Sicilian. You talk with your hands. I never did it before. So what I want to say is that if you guys are in this business, if you are in one of those vortexes, if you have somebody and you're thinking, well, they're my friend. No, they are taking from you. If they are putting negative things in your mind and in your ears, we have, and I told you that the biggest realization came to me when Michael became ill. And we had these family members, and instead of saying, hey, can I help you? It was, hey, I'm going to come over. Can you grab me a Coke? You know, and then they'd sit and cry over Michael. Like, you're going to make him feel guilty about dying here, right? And I'm looking and I'm like, okay, not one would ask me, hey, can I pick up your children from the bus stop today? I know you want to go see Michael at the hospital. You don't want to take young kids there. And so that was the biggest realization that I had, okay? Now, I can tell you that if you are listening to this negativity, they are taking from you. If you are sitting in this, man, what does she have that I don't have? You're missing and going to fail. Your job is to work it. And I don't want to see anybody turned off and say that this is a drama business. No, life is drama. You allow what you allow into your life. And if somebody is always taking and they're never giving, bye-bye. Bye-bye. You know, and that's the biggest holdup that I see, because I get messages all the time and I try to fill as many as I can. And I also want to say one more thing too. I have about, I don't know, 30 friend requests a day come to me. I am not being rude by not responding to friend requests. But I want to tell you that before I ever started this business, I did not accept friend requests from people I didn't know. And I find it crazy that in this business, that everybody is so willing to accept anybody's friend request in this day and age. That does not build your business, okay? If they're friend requesting you, and I'll look and I see people, and all of a sudden, they're friends with 22 people on my team. And they'll go, well, I thought they were on my team. Like, even if they're on your team, have you ever had interaction with them? I want everybody to pay attention to things that make a business. You know, you think having all these friends is going to get you more business. You're going to sell more jewelry. And it's not. It is growing organically and doing this. I leave my friends list open for friends, for new customers, for new teammates. You have a limit of 5,000 people. The goal here, I don't care. You could go to all, and what you don't understand, the people that are doing this, and if you're, because we all get excited, right? And we want it faster, faster. We want to sell more. So if we accept all these friend requests, or if we go to that section that says people you may know, chances are when you say people you may know, if you are friends with somebody that you purchase jewelry from over and over again, they're their customers. You are actually stealing their customers. And it is actually against compliance. You are to engage and create customer relationships organically, meaning if you read the policies and procedures, and again, I'll repeat it, you go to your back office and hit resources. If you scroll down, there is a blank section there that you can type in. Type policies, hit enter, and scroll, and you will see policies and procedures, and you need to read it. If you are accepting or going to that list that says people you may know, and you are adding, chances are, if you are friends with other consultants on your team, you are friend requesting their customers, and although it was an innocent thing that you did, you look like a poacher. You look like you're like trying to build your business off of theirs, It could be their family members. I don't know why anybody would need to be friends with my brother or one of my children. And so I want you guys to pay attention to that. If you did not accept strangers' friend requests from, you know, people, then you shouldn't accept them now. If they're a customer, absolutely. I never friend request your customers. I want to tell you that it's a bad faux pas, and this is the grind. This is something I never did, okay? However, I've made several mistakes. But in my mind, if I shop your live and I'm a customer and I'm on Tiff's live, Tiff's on my team, and so I go on to Tiff's live and I'm shopping and I'm like, man, this girl's awesome. She's got great personality, and Tiff is awesome. I have great teammates. And so then all of a sudden I end the live and I send her my email address and I'm like, here, this is to pay. What up, Ashley? And I send her my email address to pay. And all of a sudden I get a friend request from her. I'm like, dude, like she's friending me. Like that's kind of like, you know, you're just friending me so I can come buy your jewelry. Yeah, she's Tiff's, sorry. You know, like that's not right. So I want you guys to keep that up. And that's exactly how you think. And, you know, the wording and terminology that people use is so off base sometimes too, that it can be a turnoff to people. You know, I know that my live and my audience, and it may be different on one of these because I'm talking and a lot of consultants will come and watch and learn. I think that's awesome. That my audience, okay, is typically 45 to 65-year-old women. And so people use the wrong I can't do the see more, girl. So people use the wrong terminology and it's offensive to the age range, okay? I see people that are making team names that I would never want to join because they're abrasive, right? And I see people, come on in. You know, personally, I wouldn't want to join a team if I were even my age. That was the old Bag Express, right? I wouldn't want to do that. And I wouldn't pick something that was like hip hop or rappy. You know, as a consultant, if you want to sell more, you want to appeal to more. So just along the lines of the jewelry that you are purchasing, you want to not have music on in the background. And they're like, oh, my customers love it. Not the ones who left your show. They don't love it. You know, because you know, and there are a few country songs. I do like me some Garth Brooks, some Johnny Cash, some Dolly Parton. But I am not going to sit on your live if I'm listening to My Dog Died, The Waitress Took Off, you know, I Got a Dear John letter. And you need to have the focus on you. Music is a distraction. I do not put the jewelry on me and sell it. You just turn people off. So just as we are trying to attract people through our variety and our selection and making purchases of all the different types of jewelry, we also want to attract people and variety by not turning people off, okay? Now here's the other thing that I see that people feel that they need in their name, paparazzi accessories, okay? I do not want to be, although I am an independent paparazzi consultant, by the way, my consultant ID is 95712. I have been a consultant for 2.5 years. I am Life of the Party Black Diamond. I was Pink Diamond last year, and I also am a necklace winner the year before, and they made the Black Diamond ring for me back then. But people do not want to be on your live and be turned off. You guys are doing certain things that is acting at, well, that's what I like. Well, who cares what you like? What does everybody like? That's what my customers like. And we want to do things that are going to be organic, that everybody likes, okay? Personally, I have watched, and I watch a lot of live videos. I watch more jewelry shows than anybody should probably in a lifetime, right? I probably have, you know, a year of my life dedicated to live videos, both from when I was a customer and now as a team leader. And I will say this, if you think that people don't notice things, like I told you guys how people aren't looking at your face. They aren't. But when you wear a necklace, because people like the look of it on you, and if you think that people don't notice that 2 days later that necklace is sitting behind you on your board, and the earrings that you were wearing with it are, they do, okay? That's gross. Do not, and I will tell you, you should develop policies and procedures that are fair and equal to everyone, that you do not bend for anyone, okay? Now, I'm not saying, because I have a strict non-payment rate, and people are like, I had this person, he didn't pay me. And I'm like, why are you still stuck on that? Like, you just spent all this time and you just got all upset? You could have gotten 3 new customers in that time. Did you make any posts today? Were you on your Instagram account? Did you, you guys need to focus, eyes on the prize and eyes on the big picture, right? This is a business that for every bad customer, there are 10 to 20 good ones waiting for you that are awesome people that are going to pay you right away. And you should never bow down your standards, right? Because we're new and we want to start and we want to grow so fast. So we'll hold on to this jewelry for 2 weeks waiting for the payment. No, I could have sold that jewelry 4 times, especially because it's usually the best pieces. Block, move on, and don't let it sit there and pull you into the vortex. Every time you go into that vortex, you just went backwards in your business. Every time you listen to something negative, every time you decide, well, this is for me and this is what I like, buying only the jewelry you like, you have gotten into the vortex. You are back in time, right? Every time you want to complain about your upline, you are in the vortex. Hey, Rose, what's going on, girl? And so what I'm telling you is this is a very easy. You can sell this jewelry like no other, but what are you doing to sell it? Are you in the vortex? Are you saying there's a problem? Because when I get a problem, I don't complain about the problem. I look for the solution, right? So sometimes too, because I think that texting and messaging can be so, we just like state something. This could be to your team and this could be to a customer. And so I'll be like, well, I don't accept pre-orders through messaging. Here's this, and go to my post, right? And instead of explaining why, right? Like I can't, if I went by my messaging, like I get, because of the program that I use, I get like 150 messages per day. And so if I were trying, even if I wrote down their name, I can have 3 customers with the same name, and then I'm going through trying to find it, So I only accept things a certain way, but we think that just because we say it, they should know it. We think when we say to somebody, don't get the small kit, it's a bad idea, we think they understand why. And so we have to make sure, because we all learn on different levels and we all speak different languages and we all interpret things different ways, that we are being very clear in our statements, and that our statement is always the same for everybody, right? I will say that there is only one rule that I make an exception to, because I know that life happens and I know that things change for people, and that's a given. And so if somebody is an established customer with me, and I'm going to use Michelle. Michelle's on my team. Michelle, she's a consultant. She's a friend of mine too. But if Michelle had shopped with me, right? This is a for instance, and she had shopped with me for, months, and she's always on my live, and then she messaged me, right? Invoices are due that day. She knows I have a strict policy, and she says, Marissa, she goes, I really had something come up with my kids, and I had to, put out like $150 for soccer. I wasn't intending to. I'm so sorry, but, is there a way that I can just cancel this invoice? Because Michelle has developed a rapport with me, because Michelle has developed a relationship with me, then I will make an exception with that. I do not make exceptions for new customers. We all are big people. We're all big girls. We should all know that what we're doing, and we should all have the same policy, okay? If somebody makes a pre-order from you, right? Meaning, like, let's say you're on the Fashion Fix, which I say everybody should be on Fashion Fix. If somebody is making a pre-order, okay, that means that you are extending your money based on their claim, right? That means that because somebody ordered 10 hearts, I go buy 10 more for them. When that happens, then they say, I'm not buying it. they're blocked. That's a no-brainer. I don't want anybody who gets into this to think that they, well, they might come back and they might buy something from me again. Run it as a business. And I'll say the worst violators are going to be your friends and family. Well, I'm just going to pay you. I'll pick it up from your house later this week. Is that okay? No. If you're willing to do that, then why don't you just send them a PayPal invoice with no shipping? Because it's jewelry that you, they shop wherever they want. You see me, I go ahead and I will, send it out to multiple teammates. And I will, Lorraine's my friend. I haven't seen Mickey Joe live yet. I know, but I'll go, and if I see Lorraine on it, I'll go ahead and sprinkle the love. But I am not gonna, if Lorraine sold another product besides Paparazzi, I would never go ahead and because Lorraine's my friend, go share her show. Because to me, I will share anybody that sells Paparazzi. I've developed a relationship and rapport with my customers. If you are afraid to be friendly with somebody and share their show, then you have not developed a relationship and rapport with your customers, because my customers are not on the meat block, okay? They are not just mine. I'm not claiming them. They are more than welcome to shop anywhere that they choose to shop. And if you think that if you're not on frequently enough, and if you think that they're just going to wait for you to come back and they've got the urge, or they've had a bad day at work and they just need some retail therapy, they're going to go right to that search bar and go Facebook Live. So you can either help out a friend or a teammate, or you can just, let them go to some unknown when you could be helping another sister out. I'm saying you have to look at things. Hey, Lorraine, I'm good. You have to look at things logically. And you have to look at things in an aspect that's not so you-centered. I'm not getting this, or they're not giving this to me. This is about you. Nobody needs to give anything to you. You need to work a business. You need to go out, and you need to go find the information if somebody is not giving it to you. I will tell you that when I train on something with my team, and they've been a consultant at the time. Obviously, if they just started today and I did the training 3 weeks ago, then I have the conversation. But if they were too lazy to watch my training, I'll say, A, either you can watch my video that I just did about this, or B, Google it. Google it. Because my time is valuable, your time is valuable, and I think that we need to be in this planet of respecting other people. Not falling into the vortex, talking about them, or saying we were owed more, or they didn't give me enough, or look at this jewelry she sent me. It was just crappy. Develop the attitude of gratitude, okay? And that is a big thing that changed my life when my husband got sick and I thought I was gonna lose him. Develop the attitude of gratitude. And make sure that you are measuring the things that you get and not expecting more. I am grateful, okay? And I don't think that I haven't fallen into a vortex. I am like, boom, right? We all have bad things. It's actually an Alcoholics Anonymous saying, because I have 13 years of sobriety. But AA changed the way that I live my life. They have this book, it's called 24 Hours a Day. And I'm sorry, it doesn't just, it can apply to any addiction. And I read it and I remember it's right around my anniversary date. And it always talks about how we're lucky we live 2 lives, right? Because I lived this nasty life, but then it was like I was reborn. So I got to see both sides of things. And because I lived this crappy life, I can really look at this life and I can be so grateful, and I can see and develop this gratitude. And I can always say that you guys being in this vortex, it takes away the attitude of gratitude. And if you guys are living and you are constantly miserable, if you are doing this job and you don't like it and you are not happy, then you're doing it wrong. So I want to end with this, right? That gratitude is everything. And I'll tell you what, because I live in this era, I'm not mad at God. I had to teach my kids not to be mad at God, that it wasn't God's fault that Michael's sick, okay? And I had to look at all these different aspects of my life. And so when somebody says to me, you know, this person's talking about you and da-da-da-da-da, I'm grateful that I do as well as I do. And I'm grateful that I'm not afraid to go back on and be live. And I'm grateful that I have enough poise and class to be an adult and say hello. And, you know, I'm grateful for that aspect. I don't want to live in the ditch. I don't want to live in the vortex. I do not want to live in negativity. I do not allow negativity to be spoken. I don't care what my political views are. I don't care who president is. I come from a time where you don't disrespect anybody, let alone, oh yeah, my mom's dead. I get this stuff out of my life and I'm like, no tea here. We're not having teas, no tie. And so I want you guys to know that if you develop this attitude of gratitude, and I see, hello, Robert. I have so many friends, and because of my story and my journey, it attracts people that are like me to join my team. And the beautiful thing, and the reason why this is the perfect business, is it's just like it is for me, that I can pick it up and I can put it down when I need to, based on my family life. And I want to say that every day I see these people, and people are like, man, you know, and people said on the cruise even, they said, geez, I didn't realize how many struggles you really have. This is really hard. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, this can be hard. Life is difficult. Starting this business may be difficult. But my husband's with me. I actually got to take him on a cruise. And I need to be grateful for that and not look at the hardships. You have an opportunity with this business. You can make this happen. So you can get in the vortex and be like, they're talking about me and da 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 da. But you're missing your opportunity. And I don't want people to miss their opportunity. I don't want people to think that they're owed something. You owe it to yourself to learn. You owe it to yourself to work hard. If you want to grow like a beast, you work like a beast, okay? I had abnormal growth, and I had an upline, and people say, well, my upline doesn't spoon feed me. And I always say, and I don't know if Lisa's still here, but I always say this about Lisa Abercrombie, who also has a YouTube channel. I want to say this about her. People think that your upline needs to hold your hand, that they need to go find that video on YouTube that tells you how to do something. And when I would talk to Lisa, Lisa would point me in the direction. She'd say, you know, Marissa, if you want to grow a little bit more, I highly suggest that you try doing this. And what she would suggest to me, I had never done before. I had no idea how to do it. Do you think I ever knew how to put a video on YouTube, or that I ever thought I would be on YouTube? I didn't. But it was my responsibility. She gave me a path, and I went. Never did she say, you know, Marissa, I'm going to get on the phone with you, and I'm going to give you a detailed video, and I'm going to show you how you post, and I'm going to show you how you do this, and never did I go to Lisa, hey, do you think you can watch this hour-and-a-half video and tell me if it's good? Be confident in yourself and do this. And I'll leave it with this. I do have a live show. It is Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. I know that I've been preparing for it. I've been up, I was up till 6 o'clock in the morning. I have tons of vintage items that I will be showing. I will be showing the new hearts. I do have these that will be available only on that. I also have the purple coming in Thursday. So if you pre-ordered that from me, that will be an invoice sent to you. And I will be live, and I will have all the hot pieces that have just come in because I don't want to miss that. I do have a YouTube channel. It is Marissa's Bling on a Budget. And then I have a website. Now my website has so much vintage on it, and all you have to do if you want to see all of it is go to the search bar and type retired. Okay? My search bar, and this is what people get off, they don't realize that you can type wooden and you can find every wooden piece. You can type wooden earrings and you can, all the wooden earrings will pop. I purposely take the time and really work my website in order to make it ease of shopping. And I also have free shipping $75. If you spend $75, you get free shipping. On my show on Sunday, I have a $4.50 flat rate shipping, a 6% Michigan sales tax, and I have If you spend $75, it's free shipping as well. And so I want to say that if any of you guys have thought about joining Paparazzi, I would love to have a chat with you. And even if you're uncertain about where you're going and whether they can provide what you need, because I do hold hands, and I'm one of the few people that do, and I'm criticized for doing it. But I understand that some of us have never had a business in our lifetime. We don't know how to run a business, and we can sell this jewelry. We just don't know how to make the back end match up. And I want to help people that I can. I will say, if you guys are just consultants and you're learning from me, go ahead and follow me on my personal page. I don't accept friend requests unless I personally know somebody. I have 4 children. I have a sick husband. And I'll tell you, my security system is like Fort Knox. I have cameras all through my entire house, right? I know every movement my husband makes. I have, locks on everything. And so I have a very open profile. However, I just don't, stranger danger, right? Stranger danger. I thank everybody for you guys watching me. I thank those of you guys who shared this video out. If you are looking forward or you're going to shop with me, I will be posting preview pictures. I will have an awesome vintage Z-piece share prize. And I will also have an awesome vintage Z-piece bracelet that will be given for bringing a friend, and your friend has to arrive and share the show also. And if you are not already registered to shop with me, you can just type register and hit enter, and then follow your messages and respond to it. After you follow the prompts, and it'll say welcome new shopper, say hello or thank you or thumbs up, and then you're all set to go, okay? And like I said, I love what I do. This special ends on Friday. If you're gonna do this as a business, think business-wise. Everybody's getting their tax returns right now, and this is a good time to pick up great customer base, and don't put off tomorrow what you can and should do today, because we're gonna eventually get into spring. Build your base now. When spring comes and the concerts and the graduation parties and the yard work needs to get done, you're already gonna have a customer base associated. I will be doing lives on my business page throughout this year. It is my New Year's resolution. And you can also follow me on my YouTube channel. And if you are new to me and don't know how, because I know that sometimes we automatically assume people know how to go to your business page and like it so that you get notifications, you can just heart or thumbs up this video. I want to thank all of my customers. I know how much they do for me. I want to thank all of the friends that I've made through this, and I always look back because my bestest friends I've made from this business, better than any of the friends that I've held since high school. And I thank God, not only was I blessed to provide for my family, I have made friends that'll last me a lifetime. My upline, Lisa Abercrombie, I love her to death, and I think she is the dang nicest person I've ever met, and I never would have known her without this. She lives in Utah. One of my best friends lives in Florida. Another one lives in Illinois and Kentucky. I'd never know these people, and I would never be able to provide for my family like this. And the blessing that I've been given is that I can help other people work this business. Whether they've signed up under me, I'll do these trainings here. I do separate trainings for my team. And I get to one-on-one them and analyze their business or their lives and help them. And I think what a blessing it is and what a gift it is from God. And I'll be honest, if you guys have been given some type of gift and you know it's a gift, share it back. I'm always at convention. Absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. Hopefully I see you on Sunday, because I am definitely going to make it the Super Bowl of my paparazzi collection. I have lots of vintage. I'm going to probably have to do vintage show after vintage show, and I'm only going live on Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern, okay? So if you would like to talk to me, please shoot me a private message or comment here, and I can message you if you'd like to join or had questions. And you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for listening to me.